sets things up. It's just really amazing, and nobody before had ever faced the whole situation. 2 minutes to go. Normally in the NFL at that time, there's no Tom Brady. There's nothing that's going to stop the great New York defense. But this is a textbook for anybody who wants to see how the drill was run.
Right, and at the end of that game, he throws. They were in position to kick a field goal to win the game. He chose to pass, completed a great pass to Jim Muchlow on a slant. And after the game was over and they had won the game, two things happened, and you can see it on any replay of the game. The thing I love the most, which will date me, but on the winning play, he hands off to Alan Amici. It was massive. I could have run through this hole for the winning touchdown. And Unitas just turns and walks away. No doing the hokey pokey, no Macy's Day Parade or throwing your hands. Just turns and walks away like, okay, that's it. That's what I'm supposed to do. They fly back to Baltimore, and he's giving a teammate a ride home from the stadium.
Andy Nelson.
Yeah. Now, they just won the biggest game in NFL history. And Andy Nelson tells the story in the book. They're driving back, and Unitas is driving, and he's not saying anything because he's Unitas. And they get to Nelson's house, and he pulls over, and Andy starts to get out, and Unitas says, "See you tomorrow, Andy." And drove away. That was it. It was like, because he expected to win. And right after that game, Dave Anderson was a young reporter at the New York Times, and he's standing next to Unitas, and they're trying to get him to say something about, and he asks him about this pass that he chose to throw, and why did you take the game? Why'd you take the chance? And Unitas was a very hard guy. At that time, he was still working at Bethlehem Steel Plant in the day and practicing in the afternoon and winning championships on the weekends. And so Dave asked that question, and Unitas turned to him and said, "Sonny, if you know what you're doing, you don't throw interceptions." And that was that time.
And I will say this, that my first training camp was 1946 at the Chicago Bears, Monsters of the Midway. And again, what we're trying to do here, and why I think it's one of the most unique books on sports, is to take a look at what it was like then and what it was like now. And just jumping back quickly, I saw it would be like somebody watching the first moonshot, went to the Bears training camp, rode in with a fellow by the name of Shorty Ray, who's now in the NFL Hall of Fame, was the director of officials, and we're riding from Chicago, no superhighways, out to Rensselaer, Indiana, sitting in the back of the car. I'm 9 years old and my brother, and this is the person that has to make all the decisions. I found he was colorblind. He went through every red light and almost got us killed, and stopped for every green one. And I'm kicking my brother and saying, Jesus Christ, what's going to happen? This guy's going to the Hall of Fame, and he doesn't, he stops for all the wrong things and starts for the other ones. But just quickly, and we describe this in the book, you talk about the present at the creation, which is one of the reasons why I told Ron, let's do it this way with the title. Because I saw the great Clark Shaughnessy, which you probably never heard of. He was the one that broke off the running back and put him out as a flanker, and really is the father of modern pro football. And you would walk in there as a 9-year-old kid, and Hallis would let us come into the meetings and not treat us like, just a bunch of kids. And I sat there and watched Shaughnessy on that board create really what was the thing that changed pro football, breaking off all those different things. And you listen to the intelligence of those people. And even though people will tell you today, we got Josh McDaniel here and we got so-and-so there, I personally don't like it because I think the quarterback is the greatest position. But when you watch him diagram all this up here, I said, this is present at the creation. This is watching the modern game. And they did it like it was just, you're sitting there, you have the conversation. Hallis might turn to you and say, "What do you think of that, Uppy?" And I'm going like, "Well, whatever you say. Okay with me, Coach." But that, and then going back to this game, and what Ron captures is there was no other town I've ever been in, and I absolutely love Boston like Baltimore. Not only the love affair, but those people were so unique. And as we explain, Art Donovan, Second World War, Gino Marchetti, 16, 17 years old, Battle of the Bulge. Lenny Moore, one of the first African-American players coming in, wore spats. Everybody said, there's Fred Astaire, and you watch him go all over the field and do things that are almost impossible. Jim Parker, maybe one of the greatest offensive tackles of all time from Ohio State. It was kind of the different breaking of the color line, but as a team, I've never quite seen anything like it, and we will get into in just a minute the quarterback kind of ratings, at least give you a taste of it.